So yeah, season 2 episode titles popped up over the weekend. I was looking at those. The Robot Revolution. That's, it's like we've seen it happen a few times here and there in Doctor Who. So that's not a surprising thing. Robots finally get pissed off. It's kind of weird because it's kind of the reverse of what was going on if you played Fallout 76. In that area of the country, people were being replaced by robots, and every now and then you'll find old protester signs and graffiti painted, protesting the fact that robots were being brought in to replace human workers. Well, now the robots are pissed off again. But the reality war. I guess they're going a step up from Time War. Remember we had the reality bomb way back when, now we've got the reality war. Kind of worries me where they're going with that, especially since we've got a cartoon character coming to life, and like I said, that whole episode worries me. Please do not tell me you're wasting an entire episode now on Doctor Who as a cartoon. Of course, the big intergalactic singing thing, blah blah blah, which kind of makes me wonder what happens to the losers. Do they carry them off stage and execute them? How does that work? Oh wait, they unalive them. Oh God, we're not allowed to say words like that on YouTube. Hang on. Oh. Sorry about that. Something is setting off my allergies, and I've had my window cracked for all of a few minutes. So, weird crap going on there. Yeah, I saw that too, about they want to put up a police box in this one area, and I'm like, what do you think it's going to do? Chase criminals? It's like, people will think, yeah, lucky day, yeah, oh God. And it's kind of weird because that makes me flash back to the Three Amigos. Planet Belinda. Oh, but like I said, we'll know more when they air. It's just, I was going to put more tomfoolery because, sure enough, there's a bunch of... I was on there this morning, and literally there was a comment on this one video that probably went pages. I'm like, on this other channel, and I'm like, Doctor Who's Christmas special was the lowest rated ever, and I'm like, but you notice they don't mention how it beat Strictly Come Dancing for the day either, because that would put it into context. The show is doomed. Just like everybody's like, George Lucas is going to get Star Wars back. Yeah, and Disney's going to charge him up the ass for it. It's too late. The damage is done. It's damaged goods. Just like Doctor Who's become a poison chalice. Every showrunner, say possible showrunner, is sitting there in the wings going, oh my God, look at what they're doing to that guy, and that guy who took over this thing. Do I really want to subject myself to that? And I died laughing because there are people out there, and one of these videos popped up just to give you the idea of the fact you'll never please everyone. I want you to go look this up on your computer, Google it, the list of accomplishments and the views for the Fallout TV series, Series 1. Then go to YouTube, and you'll find a whole line of these imbeciles talking about how it killed the Fallout franchise. It was too goofy for Fallout. And I'm sitting here, I so wanted on this one channel to type in, dude, I've been playing Fallout for years. Probably longer than you've been alive. And if you think this was too goofy, then you obviously don't know what the hell you've been playing. Especially when you look at some of the experiments and things like that that are listed in the references. And it's like, just to show you, they're never going to be satisfied. Ever. This was one of the most watched shows. It won Best Video Game Adaptation. I believe it won like a Best Actor award for like Walt Goggins. Best Supporting Actor, I think, for Aaron Moten. And like I said, look this up. They completely nailed it. They knocked it out of the park. They smashed a home run so big that it's about to go into orbit and hit a satellite. And people are still pissed and throwing baby fits. And see, that's the problem. That's the audience you're dealing with now. Wish World, and it just made me more think of Westworld. And it's like Westworld, I stopped watching Westworld, I think it was at the end of, was it series 1 or 2? Because it just got dumber and dumber and dumber. May have been series 2. Well, I'm sorry, Saul. You're going to have to get caught up. I'm not going to go back and recap everything for you. You can watch it live later. We record these things. YouTube does. So if you're not keeping track, then I can't help you. Ugh. So it doesn't matter because I'm sitting here looking at the list of episode 2 titles for Doctor Who, and I'm like, okay, they're definitely going to prey on that one. Well, then again, they're going to prey on every episode. Basically, what we're talking about, Saul, is the fact that it doesn't matter if the show's any good or not. They're still going to bitch about it. Because that's all the internet is good for anymore, really. You very rarely see big shows get praise from the usual suspects. I know, I got to go back and rewatch that trailer again. It's just, I've been counting down in the dumps because we're back to 6 days in a row. Then we get 1 day off and go back to 6 days in a row again. And then they wonder why I'm having brain fry. I explained this when I popped up for the Simon Fisher Becker, before we did the Simon Fisher Becker tribute. I said, look, the reason why you haven't seen me in so long is because we do 9-hour days. I come home and I literally am just about on the brink of collapse. Well, it doesn't matter to me what day Easter falls on because I don't do the whole 420 thing. I've never really done drugs or anything like that kind. I don't get it. It's like, I don't get the whole, escape from reality thing. Especially when reality has become so twisted, how do you tell the difference? Ugh. It's that guy's birthday. We're not allowed to say that guy's name. That's another YouTube red flag right there. Otherwise, you'll be labeled a supremacist, a this, a that. The second you tell anybody about bad points in history, we're not allowed to mention that. No, that's bad. Because, oh goodness gracious, it's just the weirdness on planet Earth just makes me go nuts. We live in a country where people want their children to have body parts whacked off and take hormones that are completely contradictory to their particular biological system. Basically, you're pumping diesel into a petrol tank, and they're yet, I'm not kidding, it's just crazy. Nobody should be making that kind of decision before they're allowed to make that decision for themselves when they're old enough. Ugh. Well, like I said, of course, we'll be doing our take on it as it airs. The new series. If we like it, we like it. We don't, we don't. But it's like, I guarantee you, these guys are already sitting down there writing speeches for about how bad this episode sucked and blah, blah, blah. And, we're still 19 days away from the first episode airing. They're probably already working on their last script for the last episode. Yep. The timeless children killed my dog. The timeless children is like Tom Wick on a revenge page. On a rampage. Oh, it just amazes me. They can't do that with the lore. It's like, well, if they hadn't been doing that with the lore, you wouldn't have Time Lords, you wouldn't have Davros, you wouldn't have Rassilon, you wouldn't even have Omega, you wouldn't have anything. You wouldn't have Regeneration, you wouldn't have any of those terms. The show would have ended with Hartnell back in '69 if these guys were in charge back then. Ugh. Well, the thing is, as far as I'm concerned, Gallifrey is just a dead goose to hang around your neck to drag around. It didn't play any real major parts in the old series, really. It did pop up every now and then. There were good stories there, but what purpose was it? Really, it's like, okay, that's where the Doctor's from. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if I found out yada yada is one of the 15,000 code words that'll get your video derailed to the back of the algorithm. And it just freaks me out to this day, that we have shows, using, these brand new words. If you ever get a chance, go to YouTube, look up George Carlin euphemisms. Because that's exactly what's happening to our language. Because everybody are creating this new language because they don't want their YouTube channel losing a cent of, of your revenue money. Like they unalive themselves. And I'm like, I didn't know he was going to unalive those people. You can't even say that certain G word that involves, you can't use this, you can't use that, you can't, like. Yeah, but it's like, yeah, look what some of the bigger revenue channels are now. They're reaction mashups, which means it's like, I wish I just had the courage once to go to these channels. Like, you expect me to believe that you got permission from all 20 people for this compilation video that you took clips of their videos from, and then you monetized it, and with their permission, and you're now making big fat money off it. It's like, it's a complete breach of YouTube policy. But they're all over the place, reaction mashup channels. But if I use a news clip in the way fair use was intended, I get flagged. I know, it's a weird, weird world we live in. Oh, I watched a lot of George Foreman commercials. So I'm like, they're all over the place now, now that he's passed. Little clips popping up here and there. Hell, they even had pictures of him on, I think it was a $6 million man or something like that. Ugh. But well, what can you do? It's the world we live in. We can look forward to the new series. Like I said, don't count Series 3 out yet. There's been no official word. There's been no hints. There's been no, oh my God, the show's being canceled. Until you hear that from the BBC, it's not true. Well, I'm going to get out of here. I got to run inside, so please be kind, be calm, be safe. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. We'll see y'all hopefully tomorrow. Take care, everyone. I hate Mondays. All right, take care.